When you're ready to print, we're going to go to the fabrication lab and we're going to use our laser printer. We are going to open Chrome and we are going to type in the bit.ly website. So it's just bit.ly/ we're going to put in MILLENDEZ, and that should open for us a folder that we can see where we uploaded our files using our Google form. Simply right click on this file and then choose download. It should download on your Google Chrome and you can look at it on the upper right corner. Simply click on the download icon, find the file that you want to download, and click on the folder symbol, and it should download to a folder. This folder will automatically pop up, and all you have to do is double click on that file and it should open in AutoCAD. Make sure you read any errors that pop up. It might be important for your file to be printed correctly. The next thing you want to do is zoom out a little bit, because what we're going to do is we're going to copy the whole file. So we're going to select the whole dog tag, and then we're going to go to our right click and then find clipboard. It should be on the very top portion. Clipboard, and we're going to click copy. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to start a new tab in AutoCAD. So there's going to be a plus sign. So click on that one. And then if you receive any messages at the very start of a new tab, simply close that. We don't need to answer any of those. When you're back in AutoCAD, what you're going to do is you're going to right click on the space and go to clipboard again. And this time we're going to paste. And your dog tag should now be placed in AutoCAD. You can place it anywhere you want. Next thing you wanted to do is you're going to go to your command line and type in PLOT, plot. We're going to print now. So when you click the plot command or type the plot command, the dialog box will appear, and make sure you choose the correct printer if not chosen correctly. The only thing that we're going to do here is change the window to extents, and everything else should be the same. So blank 1:1, fit paper. We have the on top very top portion, ACAD CTB, and everything should not be touched or changed except for that window change to extents. Now you can choose to preview it. When you click preview, you should see your dog tag on the lower left corner of your screen. Okay, so this lower left corner on your screen is actually what you will see on the laser printer. So you can go directly and plot now, and you will have to click this red icon. This is the job manager for the laser printer. So simply click or double click on that one and it should open for us, and you should also see your dog tag now on this job manager in the lower left. Okay, so if I can show you what this means, when you open your laser engraver, this lower left corner is actually the lower left corner that you see on your job manager. Okay, and the upper right corner that you see here is actually the upper right corner on your laser printer when you're looking at your laser printer or your laser engraver. What we wanted to do is we want to click on the relocate icon or button, and we want to select the upper right corner of the dog tag, because we want to move that upper right corner from that location. We want to move it to the upper right corner. So we're going to type in 36 or 48 depending on your laser printer. So I think this one is 48. So if you put in 48 and we press enter, you will see that your dog tag is now on the lower right corner. And if you want to move it up, then you have to put it on a 0Y value. So when you press enter, you're going to see it will jump now onto the upper right value. Okay, so there you go. Now we don't really want the corner to be at the very corner of this laser engraver, so we want to move it a little bit to the left and a little bit down. So we have to make some adjustments. So instead of putting in 48, we're going to put in 47.75. So that means it's going to go 0.25 inches to the left. And then on the Y, if you want it to go down, you have to put in 0.075 and then press enter. Now I think I made a mistake here, because it went down too much because I put in 0.75. I really should put in 0.25, so it only goes down a quarter of an inch. So 0.25, press enter, it'll slightly go up, and that's what we want. We want it to be a little bit away from the corner. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to head to our materials shelves, and we're going to pick our materials. We don't want the lower material. We want the 1/8 lumber or 1/8 material. So my 1/8 material, they're a little bit thin, so you're going to find pieces of wood that you can use. So a small one is good. So this is a 1/8 inch thick piece Now the lower one is, I think, a quarter, or some are even half, and you don't want that because the thicker the board is, the harder to cut. And this is just a prototype, so we wanted to use the 1/8 thick inch material. You might also find a bin somewhere on the left or right of the laser engraver where you can also see some material. So all you have to do is look at a small, or find a small piece of material, and you wanted something like a 1/2 inch only. Okay, so don't use anything that is thicker than 1/2 inch. I think this one is good, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to put that on my laser engraver. So I'm going to put that on the upper right corner. I'm going to put it and snug it in there, and that's where my laser engraver will be cut, in that portion over there. Okay, so your laser engraver might not be still on, so there's a switch here, and when you press on it, sometimes it's finicky and it doesn't turn on right away. So you'll know it's turned on when you see some characters on the screen. And what we're going to do next is we are going to now close the lid, and be careful, it's heavy, so don't slam it down shut. So make sure you control it and watch out for your hands. Now let's go back to our computer, and you can see now, because it's on, it turns green, and all you have to do is press on that green button, and the laser engraver will now print and engrave pieces of objects that you put in your design. Remember that we are using blue to engrave and red to cut, so I think the blue will be done first. So anything that's blue will be done first, and then now it's the red. So the red will burst out a more powerful laser, and that will cut the dog tag and make the hole. And when it's done, the laser should go back to its place. You can now safely go ahead and open carefully the lid. The lid, by the way, is a protection device. If you open it when the laser is supposed to be working, the laser will not fire. Okay, so safety feature. So go ahead and get your dog tag, and what you're going to do is you're going to measure your dog tag. Okay, so you can use a ruler. I have here this caliper, and it measures the length or width. So you can use this if you have one lying around. Otherwise, you can just use a measuring tool like a ruler. And if you use a caliper, it should be the size that we want from the document that we created. If it doesn't give us that size, that means that you made it too long, too wide, and that means that your actual dimensions are wrong and your prototype is wrong. Therefore, you have to fix it. Now, when you're done with your prototype, you can keep it, but this material, some people might be able to use it, but if it's not, it's done. We should just put it in this trash bin underneath the purple laser engraver. Now, if you have want to use a purple laser engraver, there's another computer to do that, and it's the same purpose. When you had it in AutoCAD, when you copied and pasted it on a new tab, all you're going to do is again select that whole dog tag. You can zoom out and select, or you can simply right click and paste it on place, and then go ahead and make sure that you have the correct printer. It should be set up, but the laser printer is different. So again, change your window to extents, and then this is the only thing we're going to change, nothing more. And then you can now click preview if you want to look at it. It's supposed to be again on the lower left corner. So that lower left corner again, when you open your laser engraver, that's going to be on this lower left corner. And this is a smaller laser engraver, so it's only, I think, 32 inches wide. So you can close that. Okay, and then you're ready to print. You click OK, and then again, like the other laser engraver, you have to find this job manager, and you simply click on that one, and you should find your dog tag on the lower left corner. Okay, now just like before, we want to move that, so we're going to click on this locate or relocate button, and this time we want to change this corner of the dog tag, and we want it to go to this corner of the laser engraver, because this upper corner is going to be 32 inches, so we want to move that from here to there. So that means that we're going to move it on the X axis, 32 inches, but you know that we have to move it down, not 32 but 31.75. Okay, that's a quarter away. So 32.75. Make sure you press your numlock first on your keyboard, otherwise the numbers won't type in. So when you press enter, that should move to the right, and then on the y-axis you want to put in a 0.25. Okay, there you go. So now it's a quarter away from that corner. So we're going to get a material. So you can use a small material, and you want to use the best corner that you have. So just put it on that corner, and then close the lid. It's a safety mechanism. Now this one, when you close the lid, there's a gap. So make sure that it's automatically closed by pushing it in. If it still has a gap, the laser won't fire. It'll just move, but the laser will not fire. Okay. Now, there's a red button here that you need to press to turn on the laser. It's different from the other one. You have to press the on button, and you can see that there's a green light on the laser, which means that laser is on. The green button on the play on the job manager is now on, and you can just simply click on that green button. Okay, and it should send and have the laser fire up the material. So again, laser will do all the blue first and then fire the red one to cut the dog tag from the material. Okay, so the last piece would be this hole, and then you're going to just simply open the lid when the laser goes back to its home position. Okay, so and then you can just simply remove the scrap piece. The small piece will automatically fold below, so you can. So that's your dog tag prototype, and then this piece is now useless, but we don't throw it away in the trash. We just put it in this bin underneath it. Okay, so get your dog tag, close the lid, and then you are done with this piece. And you can just turn off the laser since we don't need it. Okay, so this is how to use this smaller one, and you can see there's no more light, so that means that it is off. Okay.